Hey guys, so once again I'm speaking to you in the capacity of a former Soviet citizen. I think Americans are slowly learning what Bolsheviks are capable of when they don't get their way. What Bolsheviks, the lengths Bolsheviks go to when they don't get their way. They go to the lengths of killing their political opponents. If they can't jail them, if they can't impeach them, they're going to try to kill them. And folks, for those of you saying, how do you know? Well, I don't know. I mean, Madonna, Johnny Depp, Nancy Pelosi, Maxine Waters, the list goes on, of all the people in the past 9 years that have verbally incited, have done what they accused Trump of doing on January 6th. They've been pounding away for 9 years. And I don't know if this guy was hired, but I do know this was the result of that, all that. My friends, the danger now is for Bolsheviks to continue their kind of MO or process of how they operate. Now they see that they failed. By the grace of God, they failed. And now they have to go to plan C or plan D. I don't know what plan this is. So a lot of you guys don't know Soviet history. You probably know this gentleman by the name of Joseph Stalin. So Joseph Stalin, when he was in power in the 30s, had a political rival of sorts, a gentleman by the name of Sergei Kirov, who was a military man, who was a hero of the Soviet Union. He was a hero in the Civil War of the Soviet Union. And so Stalin decided, and this Kirov was from St. Petersburg, and Stalin wasn't a fan of St. Petersburg. He thought that the people from St. Petersburg were not loyal to him, or at the time they called it Leningrad. He didn't like people from there. You know, people talk about flyover country or this place or that place in America. Stalin didn't like St. Petersburg. So he decided that he was going to orchestrate the assassination of this Kirov by way of some NKVD, the precursor to the KGB, security guy who failed. And of course, they used the backdrop of some kind of machloket, some kind of an argument between this NKVD guy and Kirov over, of course, a woman. This Kirov was a good-looking guy. It was pretty believable that he would have, love interests other than his wife. And so, this was orchestrated. The assassination of Kirov was orchestrated. Stalin came out and said, they killed a loyal party member, one of our greatest, men. And that gave Stalin the pretense to start the purges. You guys know about the purges at least. Stalin killed people around him, people he just wanted to eliminate. You couldn't just do that, right? You needed a pretense. Of course, the Soviet Union at least gave the illusion or the the impression that there was rule of law. You can't just do stuff. This isn't Iraq. This is not like Saddam Hussein. Or take him out back and shoot him. No, you need a process, right? You need to make it look like it's something. My friends, the danger now with these fruitcakes, now that they've failed, is now, of course, they may orchestrate something that may look like something on the other end, if you know what I mean. And then, if it's bad enough, if it looks bad enough, or if it is bad enough, they will have every right, or they won't have a right, but they will use that as a pretense To do what? Well, there's many options here. One is martial law. Another is canceling elections, or postponing elections, or, as we know, the famous beloved mail-in ballots. If they don't succeed in that, they may just go with plan E, or F, or Z, I don't know what plan. Schmerd flu. My friends, in which case, we're all staying home anyway, and again, either canceled, postponed, or mail-in. My friends, they are not through. They are very, 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 very desperate. They are Bolsheviks. They are fruitcakes. They are ruthless. They have no scruples. A friend of mine asked me, how can they do this to Biden? What did he do? I mean, Biden did a lot of stuff, but he's asking, how can they do? Why would they do this? This, that? I said, you're talking about non-human entities. You're talking about what my friend Frank likes to call demon beasts. Folks, the communists, everybody thinks that the Soviet regime were atheists. They were not. They were Satanists. Read all about it, extra. Read about Marx, read about Lenin. My friends, these people do not worship the God that you and I worship. They are on a different tip, as we say. And they've done a lot of horrible things. Trump knows what they've done. Trump is pretty much the only person who will reveal what they have done. And therefore, if you know that there's a guy out there who knows things about you, horrible things that you've done, what would you do? What would you do to him? You would do yesterday. You would do other things. My friends, this is only the beginning. I'm telling you this as a former Soviet citizen. Granted, I was a kid when we came to America. My parents can tell you some stuff, history, stuff that they experienced as well, but more so history. My friends, this is how they seize power. This is how they seize power, and this is how they end up eventually wiping out millions of people as they accuse others, in this case for 9 years, of doing what, or being guilty of that which they themselves are guilty of. The great projection, as I always say. And they think that nobody's watching. They think nobody remembers, nobody has them on tape saying these things. My friends, it's all on tape, right? We just have to pay attention. The problem is, most people are not paying attention. And they know that. My friends, pay attention. Start paying attention. We know what they said. We know what they did. And they're gaslighters supreme. That's how they work. And they do it in your face. And they say, what are you going to do about it? My friends, this is how they operate. I'm telling you. This is only the beginning, my friends. From today, less than 3 months from now, a lot of things are possible. Let's put it that way. All right, guys. Stay vigilant.